I'm so glad that A Random Encounter was not the first Meghan Markle film that I saw, because her character in this annoyed me so much that it just made me want to not watch anything else she's acted in, which is obviously stupid. An actor can play a character that we hate and then play another character that, but you know how the mind works. Just for the record, the film that I'd watched that she was in previously, that I really actually thoroughly enjoyed, was When Sparks Fly. Actually, a pretty decent film. This one, not so much. This was released in 2013, directed by Boris Undorf and written by Barlow, starring, of course, Meghan Markle as Mindy and Sean Young as Terry Preston, Michael Rady as Kevin. Honestly, the narrative itself is pretty interesting. It centers around a character called Laura, played by Abby Wathen, and she's exploring the concept of true love. Because we have very contrasting personalities, Mindy, played by Meghan Markle, prefers to go out clubbing and basically sleep with the first guy she dances with. Laura, on the other hand, is always holding herself out for true love and not wanting to exactly give herself away to the first guy who comes along. Then she has a random encounter in a coffee shop with somebody who she thinks is quite cute, and she spends a lot of time trying to locate this person. Now, with a sense of dramatic irony here, what neither of these individuals know is that both of them are looking for each other. Will they ever actually be reunited? And if they are reunited, will they actually work together? Or is love at first sight over a spillage in a coffee shop not quite as romantic as it seems? I'm not going to spoil it, but it was interesting enough. You know, the narrative wasn't awful. I did feel like there were one too many coincidences in it, and one too many things that just didn't work well for me. Laura as a protagonist, I liked. I didn't necessarily agree with a lot of her actions, but they were true to the character. They felt realistic for the character. Mindy, I hated, and I'm pleased, as I said, that I watched When Sparks Fly first, because it means that I'm not just hating the character because it's Meghan Markle, because I loved her as Amy in When Sparks Fly. I thought it was brilliant, the film, and she was really good in it. Whereas here, I hated the character, and there's no prejudice. It is just a really irritating character who has really horrible views and just doesn't seem to care about very much in life or take anything seriously. She obviously provides a really strong contrast with Laura, so that gives us a really quick identifier of just how romantic Laura is compared to Mindy's more contemporary approach to dating. So I can see why she's quite different, and that does work. But it also means that when she's on screen, when she's talking, when the character is in charge, I can't stand her. And I absolutely hate those scenes, which means that there's a lot of the film that I just did not like. It could have been better, but it took an interesting narrative and made it relatively okay. There's a lot that I would have changed. I would have made Mindy less annoying. And, let me know if you like Mindy as a character. I'd be interested to know what your thoughts are on the film if Mindy didn't bother you. And because I'm aware that when she wasn't on screen, I liked aspects of it, but when she was, there was just something about the character that irritated me, that it stopped me from enjoying other aspects of the film. Would I watch this again? No. Would I recommend it? Yes, if it sounds like your kind of thing. It's not exactly one of those films that I would say everybody has to watch at some point in your life. Absolutely not at all. But if you think it's worth watching, give it a go. It's on Amazon Prime. Not the worst film you could see, but maybe, particularly if you're not Meghan Markle's biggest fan, but you want to watch something she's been in without prejudice, don't make this the first film. It will not leave you in a positive light. Definitely check out When Sparks Fly. A Random Encounter, definitely not the best, but I've seen a lot worse.